Hello everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're returning. Today I got a box from Nail Company Wholesale Supply. If you guys are not tuned into them or don't know what this is about, Google it, go check them out. I paused it here for you. They sell every brand. They ship fast, free shipping over $150, all that, Klarna, etc. So they've got Not Polished, Chisel, D&D, Young Nails, Kiara Sky, one-stop shop. Love them. So what we've got today is, let's see. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but I watch owls, and the owls are getting ready to wake up. So I'm going to explain why I got this. You guys know I don't usually get Kiara Sky colored acrylics, but I will explain that in a minute. So believe it or not, I've never tried Chisel Clear, so I had to pick up one of those. I went on here because I needed some Young Nails glue. I also needed a few... I've been wanting this color. Oh my gosh, wait till you guys see it. I needed some things from Kiara Sky, like primer, not really monomer, but I wanted to try these tips. I wanted to try their cuticle oil. I wanted to try their top coat. And as we get into it, I'll tell you why. But, you know, this kit's like less than $100 with the discount. Discount meaning free shipping. They have things on sale all the time on Nailco. So... and I'm going to be gifting the brush. There's just a million reasons, and it made sense to buy this because if you add everything up, it's way more expensive to get all this stuff. And I got a little free monomer. So I've seen these. I've never gotten one this small. I grabbed a 16 ounce of a different brand monomer to show you the size difference. This is an 8 ounce. So it's really tiny, cute little jar. It comes with these files, which I strongly dislike, and I will show you guys why later. I've never been able to successfully file a set with these. I think they have some kind of plastic coating on them or something. I don't really know. But the kit comes with some 80s and some 100s and some different shapes there. Acrylic top coat and acrylic primer. Now, I did get one of these kits before, and the top coat that came in it, the glass area that you put the brush in, like right here where I'm going to put the brush in, was too small. I could never get the brush back in it after I opened it. This has a very satisfying jar, and I do like this. But Drea said this was like the best cuticle oil she's ever used, and I can't wait to use it. I did put it on myself. I smelled it. It's fabulous. And I really did like the way it rubbed in and didn't leave me looking greasy at all. And it does smell divine. So I wanted that. And then I got these instead of the Young Nails glue. This is my second choice in glue if I ever have a choice of what glue I buy. Young Nails is my favorite. Kiara Sky is my second favorite. I wish they had a brush on though, because those dry up. And that's distasteful to me. It's a waste. So these tips, I've never purposefully bought the natural color, which if you don't know, tips come in clear and natural. This is natural. It's what the kit comes with. I didn't have a choice. You used to be able to build these kits. It comes with a size 10 brush. You used to be able to choose your brush. You used to be able to choose your cover colors. And you used to be able to choose your tip shape and color. Anyway, I got some more Kiara Sky clear, so I got out my big jar of clear and emptied this clear into that. I'm checking to make sure I'm not emptying the white into it. This goes by so fast. I'm sorry, you guys. Some bougie beige, which is one of their cover colors, which is always good. Their cover colors smash. They're really nice. And white. I've never tried Kiara Sky white. Never had it, never tried it. And I'm going to swatch all of this stuff for you guys. So we're going to get into that here in a second. The brush. Another reason why I bought this kit is because I know someone who needs one of these brushes and wants a size 10. And so this was enabling me to get it. Now, this is a chisel I've had for a long time. Here's the reason why I got this Kiara Sky Love Note, which is the red color. Oh, I guess I'll show you that in a minute. We're going to swatch the bougie beige. Actually, while I swatch this, I'm going to explain the red Love Note to you. So I have several nail sisters I talk to across the country, across the world, really. And one of them had asked me if I had a color similar to Kiara Sky Love Note. They do not have the color Love Note, but they were thinking of buying it. So they had asked me, do I have it? And if not, do I have a color similar to it? And it's hard to tell from a website looking at it. So I did not have this color when they asked me about it, because they were asking, what should I buy? I said, well, don't buy the Kira Sky. I mean, they notoriously have terrible colors. Get it in chisel or get it in knot polish. Well, I don't know which color to get that matches. Well, I don't know. Let me eyeball it. So we were talking this out. This was like over a year ago. And I did find a color that I thought was pretty exact or similar on my shelf in chisel and sent it to her. That's why my jar is about half empty. And she said, you think it's my favorite color? And so then I ended up buying her a jar of it and sending it. I got her a jar at the nail supply. And that ended that. So none of us had to buy Love Note. But when I was on the nail company wholesale supply and they had the sale, Love Note just popped up right there. I'm like, oh, I'm going to grab that. I'm going to send it to her, but I want to swatch it against the chisel that a year ago, from glancing at the website picture, the Kira Sky website picture of Love Note, and I want to see how similar they were. And they are really, really, really similar. I actually like the chisel better, of course, as far as color. The Love Note's a little more orange, you guys will see in a minute. But that's what that's about. And I'm just going to ship that off to her as a little surprise, kind of like a joke, like, look what I got, anyway. So here's the Bougie Beige. This I'm leaving in real time for you so you can see how long it takes to polymerize. Definitely different than knot polish, but their cover colors operate great. If you guys are ever curious, I have a lot of Kira Sky colors and I have swatched every single one of them, like I've swatched my knot polish for you guys. And that video is just a little far back on my channel, but I did do it. And I just don't buy their color acrylics anymore, because the consistency, and I don't mean the consistency of the beads or how they pick up, I mean the consistency as far as, is the product going to be good or not? I'm going to pay $20 for this 2-ounce acrylic. When I get it, it's either going to operate like this one you just saw me swatch, absolutely gorgeous, or it's going to completely be a wreck and a mess, and I'm not going to be able to use it, be embarrassed to pull it out and show it to a client, etc. Since I do have two new knot polish colors, Porsche and this ultraviolet, I'm getting out my label maker and going to make swatches while we talk, because I have already swatched the pinks and purples for you guys on my channel. So whenever I get new colors, I'm just going to have to add them this way and clip it in a little video for you guys, which I did get 3 other colors for my birthday. My wife she gifted me, she said, shop on knot polish. So I got a box, which is where I got those bits and everything. But you guys, I had to open that box to use the bits on some clients, so I never got to unbox that for you. But I do have the 3 shades of acrylic I got, which were $200 dates, bittersweet, and one more that I need to swatch for you guys. But I'm going to show you in a little while why, now that I have my shelf organized, it's hard for me to put colors back. I'm sure you can imagine what I mean, but I will show you in a minute. So look at this color. My favorite color on earth are like deep violets, plums, purple grays. And I just don't know how I could have been a knot polish customer for coming up on 4 years now, before they were even big, when they were brand new, and I've never seen this color. Like, how's that possible? Especially when I stalk their website for purples. Like, and this is, the name Violet is in it. You'd think I would search for this by now, right? Anyway, very happy to have this color. It's absolutely beautiful. And you can see that it operates and polymerizes and is butter and cream and deliciousness, just like all the rest of their stuff. If you guys are new and you don't know, I do have a code with Knot Polish. It is Jen, Jen. If you want to jump over there and grab anything, don't forget to use my code. And thank you to all of you guys who do use my code. I'm not doing a subscriber shout out on this video because it's just a short one. I'm going to get off my phone because Kendra's coming tomorrow. I mentioned to you guys in my last video that she cracked her nail pretty bad, her natural nail, under her long stilettos, because I don't think she's used to wearing like almost a 3XL stiletto. She jammed it, and it's finally healed enough to where she can tolerate touching it. So she's coming in tomorrow for a removal. Not sure if I'm going to record that or not. So I'm going to swatch the Kira Sky Clear. It's not in the same jar. The reason I emptied that jar is because I send nail boxes sometimes. I think like we all do. We trade stuff, and I save my empty jars for that reason. So this jar that I'm using is just my Kira Sky Clear that I use, that I already have. It's another jar of it. It's all the same. But I wanted to swatch it to compare it to the chisel, because I know when I'm swatching a color or a clear if it's operating the way I want it to. But I wanted the comparison, the side by side, because besides Acrylic Cure, Kiara Sky is my number 2. Acrylic Cure is my number 1 favorite clear, because it stays clear, it's not cloudy, and it doesn't yellow. Those are like my criteria, because when you're encapsulating something, it can't be cloudy, and you never want to, which would happen to me one time when I was using a different brand, take down a client set, get down to your clear layer, and it be yellow and crumbling. That is so embarrassing and so gross. So clear is important to me. It's a staple that we all need, and it's what I start every set with is a clear layer, and I do a lot of encapsulation. So I know it might sound weird sometimes to some of you that I'm always kind of mentioning clears or obsessing over clears, but now that I can't buy Acrylic Cure clear anymore, and I have plenty of Kiara Sky clear, but I'm not real fond of the formula. It kind of, as you notice there, runs off the brush as soon as you start using it. So I'm looking for a clear that operates like not polish, but that stays clear like Kiara Sky. So I was hoping that might be the case in Chisel, and I really like this. It did stay clear. I'll show you guys when they're dry, and it did have the same consistency of not polish. If you guys don't know, if you're not tuned into Chisel, Chisel will go for like between $11 and $15 per 2 ounce. It depends on where you're buying it, what's on sale, etc. I've maybe twice gotten them for $11. Normally they're about $13. I never pay more than $13 for my not polished 2 ounce acrylics, because I just wait for them to have a sale, or I use somebody's code or my code or whatever. I've never paid, never one time, and not by my entire collection, never have I paid $20 or maybe even $15 for my not polished colors. Everyone says they're too expensive, I can't buy it. It's not true. Wait for a sale, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, just talk to me in the comments. I will clue you in on how to make sure you can get all not polished stuff if you want it. But anyway, if you are looking for a brand that isn't not polished, maybe you just don't want to, buy from them or whatever, Chisel is really second best to them. Not Kiara Sky, not Young Nails, Chisel. It operates almost exactly the same. The only difference I can tell is some of their purples and some of their baby blues marble, whereas not polishes do not. It almost doesn't matter. I have almost 300 colors from not polish, and one of them marbles, just one. And it's not so bad that you can't work it out. So that's what I mean by that. I was just slowing this down to show you how I clean my brush after I use clear, because clear notoriously gets stuck in your brush. Also, white is notoriously hard to work with, so I am making sure that I have a clean dapping dish, a clean table towel, and a clean brush, because I just want to see how this operates. Is it chalky? Whenever I get a new acrylic, I want to test it on the paper towel. I want to use a big fat bead. I want to use a small wet bead. And that's just what I do, because I want to see how it's working in any situation. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed on the Bougie Beige, the first one I swatched, it was drying a little fast, and that's because I do live in Arizona, if you don't know, and summer's creeping up. We're having most of our days are at least 90 degrees. So my nail room was a little warm when I went in there, because I need to get used to keeping the AC on. So, let's see here. So yeah, I got most of what I wanted to say out, I think. So this white is operating pretty much like any other premium brand white. It's creamy, it's nice, it's not so chalky that it's annoying or anything like that. Operating pretty normal. So the clear, yeah, I love the Chisel clear. And again, if you guys aren't clued into Chisel, you can get it on Nail Company Wholesale Supply if you want to try it out. But a lot of local nail supplies carry it. It's like a staple brand if you haven't heard of it or don't know. And yeah, I've just never tried their clear, and it looks like it's going to be a fave of mine. So I wanted to check that out. And I'm going to talk real quick here. I do live across the street from a cemetery that has huge, 100-plus-year-old trees. So there's, in Arizona, we don't really have, I don't know if you heard that. We don't really have pine trees, or vegetation like you would in Arkansas or Tennessee or something like that. Like, we're desert. So for there to be a pair of nesting great horned owls right across the street from me in the middle of the city was very odd and unique to me when I first bought this home about almost 10 years ago. And because the cemetery does have those really old growth, huge trees, there is a nesting pair of great horned owls here. Right now they have babies. We come over every night at dusk to unwind from work and to watch the owls. Sometimes they're mating, sometimes they're looking for their nest, sometimes they're fledging babies, sometimes they're sitting on eggs. And I mean, it's just incredible. It's been an incredible journey to watch them. So if you hear the owls hooting right now, it's just because that's where I'm at. I'm sitting under a tree where there is a male owl hooting, calling to his family, waking him up. It's time to wake up. So this is a not polished color Porsche, which I've been waiting to get my hands on. Every time I order, I just keep freaking forgetting to get it. Oh, let me say, I did just place an order for not polished because they have a Mother's Day sale. If they have a sale, I have to buy stuff. So I did get a bunch of that very towel, my favorite color. It's like the color I'm obsessed with, the one I used in my last video. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, when that gets here, I'll unbox that for you. I was surprised to see that this marbles, well, the clear was separating from the pink. So after this bead, I will show you how it looks. And then I stir it. I don't know if you've noticed, but every single acrylic that I opened today and swatched, I just dove right in. I didn't stir any of them up. And I know a lot of people don't ever start using an acrylic until they stir it. And I think because I've just always been a not polished babe, I always use their stuff and it's always consistent. And I just never, I'm not in the habit of stirring them. I'm just not in that habit. So I did stir this, and after that, it worked out great. You'll see. So if you do buy this and it does that little marbling I just showed you, it's just the color, the pigment separating from the clear, because this is a sheer color in nature, so there's a lot of clear in it. Just use a larger bead. As soon as I start going a little larger and making sure my beads are polymerized, you'll see it's just as advertised, gorgeous. It doesn't like marble on every bead or anything like that. A really pretty color. I think I'll let you guys watch. I can't remember what I was going to say, so let me jump back on. You know I always do this. If you're new, welcome to my little mind chaos. I jump around a lot. But it's a lot of things to say. And, you know, sometimes my videos are 45 minutes and I wonder how I'm going to talk through it all. And then I can't get enough out because the video goes by so fast. If you guys have a channel and you record, then you know. But I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, this turned out perfect. This is a gorgeous color. This is so good for like a base color for Frenchies. It's just absolutely stunning. Duckies, it's just screaming my name. Here is the Bougie Beige Dry. And then I'm going to show you the Ultraviolet Dry. Pardon me. The bottom of the jar shows a really pearlescent look to it, but maybe that doesn't show up until you top coat it. Not sure. On the left is the Chisel Clear, and on the right is the Kiara Sky Clear. I'm going to show you guys this in a minute. A little, I can't remember if I do it here or not. Anyway, on the left is Chisel, on the right is Kiara Sky. The Kiara Sky has a lot of bubbles because, as you saw, it started running right away, and I had to manipulate it a lot. So that's the reason for that. All right, here we're going to get into this Love Note. Now, with Kiara Sky, and I didn't stir this either, with Kiara Sky colored acrylics, you never know what you're going to get. You don't know if it's going to operate like not polished and be completely, like, look at that bead. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous, easy, buttery. Even though as soon as you open the jar, you can see immediately that it has more of a sandy look, like the texture of the acrylic is just not what you're used to if you're using like not polished or maybe even Young Nails covers or Valentino. It doesn't have that silky look. It has more of like a dry, powdery look. So it's just the look, though. I don't know. This was stunning. The performance of the acrylic, the color of the acrylic, all of it. Absolutely beautiful. Loved it. Loved it. Recommend it. 10 out of 10. I did want to say one more thing about Chisel, because it is, I mean, it's a brand that a lot of, like when you go to the strip mall nail shops, they're using Chisel. A lot of them use Chisel because it is a very good operating brand. They have a lot of colors, but they're very reasonably priced, and it's because they aren't as finely milled as, like, say, Not Polish. Like, Not Polish puts their stuff through the test and a lot of machinery and mixing and things to get it perfect. And you can tell sometimes when you get Chisel, there'll be tiny little sticks, is the best way I could say it. There's like maybe little, like, shreds of cardboard, or even like a stick from outside. I'm not really sure. Debris, I guess, is the closest way to put it, in their acrylics. I'm showing you here how this looks different. Again, it doesn't have anything to do with this performance. It just looks different. But as you can see, this went on gorgeous. I did do 2 smaller beads to start with. Now I'm going to go in with one of my really meaty beads like I like to work with and see how she does with that. And it was perfect. Anyway, that acrylic consistency and how much they're mixed and milled and everything did make me think of that little tidbit about Chisel, which is why I mentioned that to you guys. So I hope everyone's doing well. I hope all of you are enjoying your summer or spring turning into summer. We've got allergies kicking high over here, and it's getting hot, like I mentioned. And I'm sure you'll hear me complaining about that coming up the next couple months. But this is how this turned out. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show it to you next to the Chisel. I don't know if I do that right now or not. Oh, I'm going to swatch the Chisel for you guys. Okay, right. And look at that color. You can automatically see from that Chisel that it looks more like Not Polish. So you guys already saw me swatch. Oh, by the way, when I'm going to show you my shelf and get into what's coming up next on my channel as far as my Not Polish swatching, but I do have a lot of Chisels that I will be swatching every single Chisel I own for you guys. So you'll be able to see the consistency of all the colors I have, not just the clear and this red, but you can see right off the top that this does. I mean, you almost wouldn't know you're not working with Not Polish. It's a very good brand. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys have a beautiful Mother's Day if you are mothers. Even if you aren't mothers, I hope you spoiled your own mother or a grandma or an auntie or just something. I hope you guys enjoyed the holiday. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. By the way, we're less than 50 away from hitting 1K. What? And I'm pretty sure I've met my watch hours, or I'm very close to it. So thankfully that is right around the corner. I think almost 3 years hard work to get to that. This, I showed you side by side, but one was still wet, so I will show you later when it dries. This is my favorite soak cup. When I'm done with my brush, I wipe it off and I stick it in here. That's it. I don't do anything else. And the only thing that's in my cup is monomer. So I want you guys to listen to this. I'm going to step off the voiceover so you guys can hear this. So I don't know if you guys can tell. You'll definitely be able to tell in a minute when I show you, but you have to push really hard. It's like there's a plastic coating on these. It's like you have to get a coating off before you get to the grit. You can see how hard I'm pushing. The acrylic will kind of build up and settle on the file. This is an 8080. And I'm going to grab, right here, I just grabbed one of my Amazon 8080s. They look super the same. I showed you guys really close. I can't really tell any difference visually, but the Chiaroscuro, literally, it's like they're coated in plastic or something, and maybe it's just one of those files that you need to prime. I don't really know, but I've never really cared for them. The reason I'm showing this to you guys is because I would like to know if any of you guys use these files, if you like them. Tell me the trick. Listen to this. And see how it's really not doing much? And if you do nails, you can tell by the way this sounds that it's It's not giving the scratch. It's not giving the dusty. Yeah, it's making a mark on the nail. It's filing the nail, but not really. I don't know. It's just a very different feel. And the reason I'm showing this is because if you've never bought these, don't, just because if you're used to like this file or a Pana file or a not polished file, these do not operate the same, number one. Number two, if you use these, if you're a Kara Sky girl and you use these, let me know what is the trick, or if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not scoring them, or I don't know. I'm going to use, the reason I filed that, I don't file my swatches, and I'm going to throw this swatch stick away because I've already swatched all my Kara Sky colors, and I already have Bougie Beige. I got this in the kit. I'm going to give this away. By the way, at 1K, we are going to have a good giveaway. By the way, if you're not subbed, sub my channel, because the giveaway is coming up real soon. I'm working on something special. I hope I can make it happen for the giveaway. But anyway, so I was showing you guys the shape of that brush. I like that. Let me stop here. Hold on. Anyway, I was saying the reason I filed that was because I wanted to use the top coat. And I do like it. It's a no wipe. That's what I'm checking here. So I do like it. So I'm going to use it on a client, see if it lasts 6 weeks and comes back not chipped and not discolored, like not polished, and then we'll go from there. Here are the two colors, dry. The one that's a little bit more orange is the Kara Sky, and I will show you for sure. So the one that's on the left right now that I'm touching, that is the Kara Sky Love Note. And the one on the right, it's a little bit of a deeper red, is the Chisel Solid number 1. And now I'm going to have to fit this. This is where I'm going to show you my little conundrum now that I've organized my shelf. So I'm grabbing my purple swatch ring and going to fit the newest color that I have next to the one it matches. So Hug Me Now is the color I need to find on my shelf to make my shelves match my swatch ring. In other words, I should be able to go right to my shelf, find the color, Hug Me Now, and it should be the very last one on my shelf in the purple area because it was the last one on my ring and the darkest one, and that happens to be where this one fits. So I should just be able to go to my last purple, pick it up, and it should be Hug Me Now. Let's see if it is. It is. So now I know that color, ultraviolet, is going to go right here on my shelf. But I noticed right before I place it that it doesn't have a heart. I do put a heart on every single one of my acrylics so that it has a little swatch on the outside of the jar. I didn't used to have swatch sticks. I just used to use harches, but I couldn't have half of my shelf organized all perfect and beautiful and rainbow like that, with some of them having harches and some of them not. I just couldn't do it. So that little space right there is because $200 dates fits there. And the reason I'm going zigzag to show you here is because to fit $200 dates in there, I now have to move one pink down, 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 down. Move the yellows one down, move the greens one down. If you see what I mean by that. So that is the frustration I'm encountering with adding new colors. Here's what's coming up next. As you can see, this part of my shelf is not organized. It's because I haven't swatched it for you guys yet. So it's going to be up next in the Not Polished Swatch series. I'm going to be swatching my browns, my whites. When I say white, you think white is just a color, but I have purple white, milky white, white, ice queen, and then vanilla cream, which is their candy coated white. So it's a jelly white. So there's multiple whites, there's multiple grays, silvers, and multiple browns, and black. So I don't know if this will be, I'm going to plan on doing this all in one video, and then I will be done swatching my not polished for you. I've already swatched my nude shelf. I will also be swatching my OMG, which are their glitters, which I do have swatch sticks for, so I'm just going to do beads for you guys because those are only in 1 ounces. I don't want to waste them. And here are all my chisel colors. I will be swatching those for you guys as well. So I just wanted to show you that, and I wanted to show you my polish rack and a little bit of my nail room. So now I need to fit the hot pink I got, the Porsche, in with my pinks, and it's going to fit right here next to Tusa. So that's where I'm going to put it on the ring, and then I'm going to see on the shelf where it goes, which you will see is deep in the middle of some pinks. So I'm glad I haven't moved the $200 dates yet, because now I can move them 2 down. I hope I'm saying that right and making sense with that. Anyway, we are at the end of the video. I just wanted to get this video out to you guys, show you what I got, give you a little update, and do some swatches for you. I will see you guys next. I'm not sure if it will be with my not polished swatches or with Kendra's removal, but thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Here are the clears once they're dry. On the left is the chisel. Love it. I'm going to clean up and get out of here. See you guys later. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.